Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to create your very own in-demand virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 23, Get Hired by a Virtual Assistant Agency.
Yeah, now we're going to assume that if you're listening to this podcast episode, you've already listened to the episode where we talk about which route is best for you to take. So you've already made the decision to become a subcontractor rather than start your own VA biz and look for your own clients.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note what a virtual assistant agency is here too. So an agency just means that someone has set up a virtual assistant business and they hire subcontractors or have employees that do the work for the clients. So that's what we're talking about here as with a VA agency. Because as a subcontractor, when you've made that decision, like Sam said, it means that you are then looking for clients, but your client is going to be the agency. And they're going to align you with one of their clients to be able to deliver virtual assistant services to them.
Yep. And just to remind everyone, Joe, you own a virtual assistant agency, Strictly Savvy, with a team of, what size is your team nowadays?
Got 17-ish people.
Nice. Nice. Whereas me, I'm on my lonesome. I made the decision just to stick with me, basically. I'm not expanding. I'm quite happy just dealing with my own issues rather than team's issues. But despite, we both get probably daily people reaching out to us looking to see whether we're hiring and expanding our teams, don't we?
Yeah, we do. And there's some really key do's and some really key don'ts when you're looking to get hired by a VA agency. So let's go through some of the don'ts.
Yeah, don't be salesy. Please don't be salesy.
So this, Sam, means like, hey, I'm a VA, I'm awesome, I do all these things and you should hire me. Like, that is not the way to reach out to an agency. I think another do is to, another don't is to just say, are you hiring? Like Facebook Messenger them and say, are you hiring? What that does for me is they've done no research. They're just firing that out to anyone and everyone, any agency that they find, because they're just desperate for work, I suppose, is how it comes across. And they're not really willing to put in any effort at all. And I think it's important to note that every VA agency is hiring, because it only takes three extra clients that they might get, and then they might need to be looking for the next subcontractor. So
which could be done in a day. You can, some of these bigger agencies can onboard 3 new clients in a day easily. Yeah, to me that just comes across as, sorry if this is harsh, but lazy. Really lazy. Sorry, everyone. Sorry if you're that person that sent me a message saying, are you hiring? I'm sorry, lazy.
Yeah. And it may seem like it's a lot of effort to put effort into reaching out to the agencies, but by just saying, are you hiring, you're just absolutely discounting yourself right off the bat. And so that's just pointless. You're reaching out to them. What are some other don'ts, Sam?
I mean, I've had people reaching out to me via email and Messenger, and it just actually comes across as spam. Like, I've had to reread and then do kind of some online stalking on the person that sent it to figure out whether or not it is actually a legit person contacting me wanting legit work.
Yeah. Do you think the email address could put you off to make it look spammy sometimes?
Absolutely. Email address, the language that's used, a whole heap of things.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's so important, isn't it? Attention to detail, people.
Yeah, I think another don't is, like Sam says, when you reach out, they are going to do some research on you. They're going to stalk you online, see what your online presence is like, including your Facebook account. So a don't would be to have you like clubbing or like pashing your boyfriend in your profile picture, or like holding a glass of wine or something, or wearing like a bikini or something like that in your profile picture or in your cover image. If you are looking for work and to get hired, this is the time to not make it boring and like super corporate, but still have your personality come across, but make it a little more professional and a little more or less casual.
Yeah.
And like just
yeah. If you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, if it's public, and you think, oh my goodness, would a potential employer be appreciating my strong political views or my strong religious views, or the fact that I enjoy partying every Friday and Saturday nights? Look, we're not judging. We've all been there, but you need to think about that first impression, because it really, really counts.
Because unfortunately, we're all making judgments on each other constantly, right? And so as an agency, I want someone to be a contractor that is, I know, is going to be professional and do a great job. And so I'm making any sort of judgments that I can to figure out whether that would be the case. I might read how you write your posts. If you are posting in text language, and not full sentences, then that would make me nervous about how you might actually message my clients as an agency owner. So they're making these little judgments on you constantly. So even if it's temporarily, you need to change your profile to make it more professional and more like you would do a great job for clients.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing worse than tech speak in a kind of office environment. It's funny, isn't it? We talk a lot about, being yourself, being your authentic self, not being afraid to put yourself out there, all you, really real. But it's about putting the best version of yourself out there, just for that first impression at least.
I can still have personality.
Then afterwards share that you're a crazy cat lady, 100%. But don't mention you're a crazy cat lady when you're first reaching out to somebody.
Yeah, I agree. Any other don'ts, Sam?
No, I think those are our don'ts. Yeah. So let's go on to our do's, the things that are going to really help you get hired by that VA agency. LinkedIn. It's the best and easiest platform to get yourself on and be seen, isn't it?
Yeah, you have an online presence and have your CV of your experience, your recommendations that you have from other people that you might have worked with. This is really putting your first website out there and showcasing what you are like and what you've done previously. So that's
what you want to do it well, though, don't you? You don't just want to kind of create a profile on LinkedIn and then have like a really dark profile pic, and then like your skills and experience is just nothing. Like you've written a couple of words for each thing. Like you want to flesh it out.
Don't do a half a job on your LinkedIn profile and then start looking for work. Make sure that you have really nailed your LinkedIn profile and it's looking great. And like Sam says, the lighting is good in your profile picture. Honestly, it can just be that you're looking out the window when you take the photo rather than the window being behind you. That can just make the world of difference so that your photo isn't all like dark and we can't actually see your face.
Yeah.
And have a background image. Use Canva, create a background image. Could be something super simple, but it just shows that you have actually put the effort in. Put the effort into that. You'll put the effort into the agency's clients. That's the judgment that they're making.
Yeah, absolutely. Get prepared, like do a little bit of research on the person that you're reaching out to. Figure out what their agency is all about. It's not hard to do a little bit of basic online stalking. We all do it.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to realize that a VA agency owner wants people working for them that actually want to work for them and actually care about their business and the agency and doing a good job and looking after clients. Like that's what you need to get across to that agency owner, because that's what they're looking for. Yeah, it's their baby, it's their business,
Yeah.
it's their reputation on the line. They take all the risk. They need to be comfortable that you will do a great job, and that you've done the research and that you want to work for them, not just any agency, but that agency.
Yeah, it's kind of like when we talk about virtual assistant business owners, when they're looking for clients, it comes down to that know, like, and trust factor. And it's the same can be said for VAs looking to subcontract out to VA agency owners. If you can build that know, like, and trust with the person that you're reaching out to, you're more likely to get a really good response.
Absolutely. And I think having your personality come across in that first email so that you're not just another boring applicant looking for a job, looking for money. You've actually put your personality in there. So
yeah,
I've had this happen in my agency, and it wouldn't be normal for me to hire through a Facebook Messenger message, like someone reaching out via that avenue. But the message was so personalized, was full of great writing, personality. She talked about, like, hey, I have a lot of tattoos, but I think that you'll really love them, and it's all part of my personality and what I'm like, and it's how I express myself. And she just really talked about us as an agency, why she wanted to work for us, and like, hey, I'd love to like catch up and meet in person. And it was a really great message. And so I ended up meeting with her and then hired her. Like, she's just stood out from everyone else because she was real, authentic, a straight shooter, prepped me ready for the tattoos that I would see when I actually met her, like that sort of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. So if you can do that and have you authentically come across, you've got a much bigger chance of them actually meeting with you.
Prepare yourself to be hopping on a Zoom call for an interview with these people that you're reaching out to. Make sure you're familiar with Zoom, for instance, if we use that as an example. There's going to be nothing worse than you hopping on Zoom for the very first time to chat with an agency owner if you've never been on there, and you're stumbling around and your lighting's bad and you've got the messy kitchen in the background and kids are screaming at your feet. That's not going to make a great first impression.
And have a camera, have a mic, make sure that you've tested things are working, so that you can have that great first impression, because it is all about first impressions, isn't it?
Oh, it is so important. Network with other VA business owners.
Yeah, there's more and more, especially in New Zealand now, over in the virtual assistant network that Sam runs. There is a whole lot of virtual assistants in there, some agencies, some just getting started, some freelancers, and they have meetups around the country. I actually just came from one this morning, and it's a great way to build your network with other virtual assistants who might need to subcontract some work, because we all know that not every freelancer can do everything in the business that's required for the clients. There might be things that come along that they can't do, that they're going to need to have a subcontractor do for them. So building those relationships is really important.
Yeah, agreed. The last thing I've got on my list of do's would be really clear with your boundaries and your skills and experience. Like, don't be exaggerating anything. Don't feel as though you have to say, I can do bookkeeping, I can do social media, I can do copywriting, I can do blogs, I can do video editing.
Anything that you need.
You name it, I can do it. Yeah, like the agency owner probably isn't even looking for somebody that could do all of that, even if that was realistic. Like, they're probably looking for somebody that can do a few things, but they're not expecting you to do it all. Don't lie about it.
And I would prefer to have someone who specializes in something because they know they're going to do a really great job, rather than someone who sort of does an average job on everything because they haven't really got any expertise.
Yeah.
So I've got two more. One is flowing onto that. Always talk about the rate right up front. Say what your rate is. Have that conversation early. Otherwise, it just wastes time down the track. And the other one is the VA network in New Zealand has a contractor directory. So that's where those looking for work through an agency as a subcontractor, they go have a profile in there so that all the agencies around the country can go there and see who's available and reach out to you that way. So have a look in your country, what you have, places that you can have a listing so that you can get seen by agencies.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about the one that we have here in New Zealand, that particular directory, is a lot of virtual assistant agency owners, not all of them, but I'm finding that a lot of them, they actually only want to hire subcontractors or employees who don't already have their own VA business. So once again, this is a kind of a general thing that we're seeing. It's not everybody. So be honest and open about that. If you are running your own virtual assistant business, if you are looking for your own clients as well, you need to be open and honest about that.
Yeah, and some agencies will be totally fine with that. Yeah. Some would prefer that they have enough work for you to just be exclusive to them, and they prefer that. So yeah, make sure that you have that conversation up front.
Those are our do's and don'ts, Jo. We've done it.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, everyone. I hope that helps with how you're going to get hired. It's really all about putting in that effort because it will pay off. Thanks to everyone for listening to this episode of the Sam and Jo VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the Savvy School website to check out the amazing members club and find more free resources.
You can find us at savvyschool.co.nz.